Hello and welcome to my fourth part of my Xbox 360 Hidden Gems series. We're going to look at another 5 games that may have passed under your radar and are worth a bit of your time to play. Remember Me is set in a futuristic Paris in a world where memories have become digitised. Memories are sold like a product and can be also stolen or corrupted. You play as a memory hunter named Nilan as you're tasked to take on the mega company that discovered and exploited the concept of digital memories. The plot is very intriguing, as the character you play has had her memories wiped and stolen. We follow her discovery of who she is throughout the game. The Neo-Paris setting allows for some fantastic visuals and environments, from its dazzling neon-lit overground city views to the contrasting dark and murky undergrounds. Most of the gameplay is platforming and combat. While the combat can be quite repetitive, the inclusion of customizable combos adds a strategic element. The really unique element to this game though is the memory remixers. In these remixes you can go into someone's memory of an event and you can change different parts of the memory with glitches to make someone change how they view a crucial point in their life. For example, there's a point where you can convince a man he's killed his wife. You can rewind the memory as many times as you want, watching it unfold with different combinations of glitches you've added to it, which will cause different chains of events. Developer Don't Nod Entertainment later used this concept and built a whole game around it with Life is Strange. There are only 4 memory remixers in the game, so a couple more would have been greatly welcomed. Remember Me is a fascinating game with some unique elements that will keep you engaged within its world. Movie tie-in games are well known for sucking badly, but the team behind Toy Story 3 created a solid game that captures the essence of the franchise without rehashing the main plot of the film. The game is split into 2 modes, the story mode and the toy box mode. The story mode roughly follows the plot of the film while implementing different gameplay styles. Platforming segments take up most of the story, but you'll also have on-rail shooting, driving and stealthy segments too. The Toy Box mode serves as an open world adventure with many quests and customization. There's a big variety of missions to complete, such as capturing bandits and completing races. Completing missions earns you money which you can use to purchase more tools and objects to use to customize your own town. There's loads of hidden items to find through the story and sandbox mode to add some length to the game. Toy Story 3 is a brilliant game that's obviously targeted at a younger audience, but it's fun enough for adults to enjoy too. Another movie tie-in game that doesn't suck, The Bourne Conspiracy follows Jason Bourne as he tries to discover who he really is. The plot is mainly based off the Bourne identity, with playable flashbacks splashed in to provide backstory before Bourne didn't have amnesia. The gameplay is a mix of shooting and hand-to-hand combat. Fights allow you to create 3-hit combos with either light or heavy attacks. You can block, and you can also take down an opponent using the environment to your advantage. Fighting is hugely fun and matches the excitement of fights seen in the movie. Gun combat is basic, you can carry a heavy weapon and a light weapon. You can perform takedowns with firearms, but they aren't as fun as hand-to-hand combat takedowns. There are a couple of driving segments added in to add variety to the game, which are enjoyable on the most part. The Bourne Conspiracy lives up to the action-packed nature of the Bourne films, with its shining feature being its fun fighting gameplay. You don't have to be a fan of Warhammer to enjoy Warhammer 40k Space Marine. The game blends hack and slashing with shooting to create a fun third-person action experience. You'll be playing as a Space Marine as you battle waves and waves of orcs. You have a range of firearms at your disposal and you also have melee weapons as well. Fill your Fury meter and you'll be destroying loads of orcs in a matter of seconds. While the plot is rather basic, there's good voice acting, good use of cutscenes, and there's a few twists later in the game. The shooting action seamlessly blends into the hack and slash action, providing a satisfying gaming experience. Singularity is a first-person shooter that uses some awesome time manipulation to spice up its gameplay. You play as a soldier named Nate as you're sent to a Russian island to investigate some mysterious radiation. It turns out the Soviets had discovered a substance named Element 99 back in the 50s that could bend time itself. The plot involves time hopping between the present and 50s while you try to rectify past events. The time manipulation device is the star of the game. You use it to age enemies into dust, shoot time slowing bubbles, pick up items to throw them, and rewind time to repair broken objects. Enemies take the form of mutated monsters and Russian soldiers, and you'll be killing many of them through the single player campaign. The gun gameplay is very solid with some interesting weapons included, such as a sniper rifle which you can steer the bullet after you fire. Added into the mix are some interesting puzzles and boss fights which add variety to the game. Singularity certainly isn't a groundbreaking shooter, but it certainly is a solid and fun one. So there's another 5 hidden gems for the 360. Let me know in the comments which games you'd class as an Xbox 360 hidden gem. Also check out the previous videos in the series if you haven't already.